everybody, how's it going? This is Darrin with GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson. And today I want to show you how to play one of my all-time favorite songs, Behind Blue Eyes by The Who. So this is probably going to be a little bit longer of a lesson than usual. There's quite a few different parts and stuff that we have to go over in this. But we'll get through all of the parts so you'll be able to play this song. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look. Alright, so there's quite a few chords in this, and most of them are just kind of chords that you should already know, just the basic, open chords. So I'm not going to go through all the chords individually, but there's just some of them that are ones that you may not have done before that we'll do. Alright, so we start off, we've got this intro, and the chord that is played for this intro is E suspended 4. So if you just take the E minor chord that you already know and put your fourth finger down onto the second fret of the G string. So you're on the second fret of the A, D, and G string, and then the both E's and the B string are open. That's E suspended 4. Alright, so for this little intro, we're just going to kind of arpeggiate this chord. So that's the first measure. So we got E, A, D, G, D, B, G, D, E, B, G, D, B, G, B, D. And then for the second measure, A, D, G, B, G, D, A, D, A, D, G, E, B, G, D, G. Alright, so next we have is the verse. So the verse starts off with E minor, and we're going to go E, D, G, and then the B and high E string together. D, G, A, and then we switch to a G major chord. Now, you may already know that there's, for this open G major chord, there's two ways you can do it. You can have it so you're on the third fret of the B string or the B string open. For this particular song, you want to do it with, so the B string is open. So, starting back on the E minor. So, when the very last note, it changes to the G in kind of a weird place. So it's 16th notes, and on the of beat 2, so this is 1 E and 2 E, 2 E and the fourth string is open, so the D string is open. So at that point is when you switch to G. So you can switch to G and use these fingers like this. It can make the transition a little bit easier, or you can just switch. So when we switch to the G, we actually start D, E, G, B, G, or excuse me, E, B, G, E, G. Then we go to a D, and now we're D, G, B, E, D, G, D, G, and then we're going to switch to a D suspended 4. So you just take your D, regular D chord, and just put your fourth finger down onto the third fret of the high E string, and then take it back off. So that's the first two measures of the verse. And the verse is 4 measures long, and then it's repeated, so you end up playing through this entire sequence that I'm going to show you twice. So we've gone through the first half of it. then from there we go to a C add 9. So C add 9, and this is another chord. There's a couple of ways you can do it. So the easiest way to do it, to transition from the D to the C add 9, is just leave your ring finger where it is and move your first finger to the 2nd fret of the D string and your 2nd finger to the 3rd fret of the A string, and then the low E and the high E are open. And now we have A, G, B, E, B, G, D, G, and then back to basic. So it's basically that twice. So you and then to an A suspended 2. So for this, the A string is open, and I'm on the 2nd fret of the D string with my 2nd finger, and the 2nd fret of the G string with my 3rd finger, and the B and high E strings are open. So now we're A, G, B, E, B, G, D, G. And we just do that twice. And then the whole thing we just repeat. So. Repeat. Okay, and then it actually goes into where it's going to be strumming these chords. So we start off with the C add 9. So it's 1, 2, E, and. So it's like a quarter note, an 8th note, and then 2 16th notes. So D, same strum, G. So if you listen to the song, and this is in standard tuning, and it's also pretty slow. It's like 60 beats a minute during this section of the song. So it's pretty easy to play along with. So I'd encourage you just to like memorize the chord progression, the C add 9, D, G, and then just kind of work through it. Back to C add 9, D, okay, and then moving on, we're back to a C add 9 again. Same strumming again. And then we're going to go to D, and then an E major. Okay, so this second measure, so this is measure 10 on your transcription. We have the E, and we're going to strum 1 E. So we strum, just try to hit just like the 3 lower strings and then the 3 higher strings. So that's that first beat. And then we go to an A over E. So first finger, so it's like a B5 power chord. So my first finger's on the 2nd fret of the A string. My 3rd finger is on the 4th fret of the D string, and my 4th finger is on the 4th fret of the G string. And then back to E. And then it just ends with 2 open E strings. So that's measures 9 and 10. Then we go to a B minor, C, D, and then to a D suspended 4, so we put our pinky back down again. And then the second strum, we pull that off back to pull our finger back off, 4th finger back off, so you want to make sure you keep your 2nd finger there. Alright, so starting on measure 11 with that B minor, C, D, and then from that to A suspended 2. So there's 2 measures of that, and we've got that same down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So it's kind of broken up. So again, it really helps if you just kind of play along with the song. And that completes the verse. So when you play through the verse through the second time, when it gets down to that A suspended 2, it's instead of being the 2 measures of it, it just has this 1 measure of just 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and then that's when it leads to this part of the song where it like picks up and it actually goes into double time and switches from 60 beats a minute to 120 beats a minute. All right, so when it goes into this double time part, we're going to have some muted strums in here. So we start off, we're on E major, and we've got, so it's strum, mute, strum, strum. So it's 1, 2, and 3, 4, and then on the end of 4, we switch to a B minor. And then it switches to an A. So we've got E, mute, B minor, A, the mute, and then back to E again. So that's like the whole rhythm for that part. Alright, so that leads us into the bridge section of the song. So for this bridge section, it's that same kind of feel, same kind of timing. So we got E, B, A, E, B minor, G, D, A, back to B minor, A, E, B minor, A, and then it just repeats. Okay, so when you get down to on the last part of that, after you've gone through it, B, so this B is like 1, 2, and this is measure 31. So we got the B, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and G, D. So the B starts with a half note, 1, 2, and then 4/8 notes, 3 and 4, and G, D, and then back to B for a real quick 16th note tuplet. To an A, G, D, and then a B again. Back to that B again for another real quick tuplet. To a quarter note, another tuplet, another quarter note, mute to A. So this part is kind of weird just to kind of play it out of context. And then it just goes on to this B and ends there. And then it goes back and like plays like the intro part of the song again. So all the arpeggiated parts are really easy just to kind of follow along with, just follow along on the music. And then for this strumming part, that's probably going to be the tougher part for it. So if you just really kind of break it down, and you can really get all that in there, you know, because it's da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. It's fairly simple to play along with it. And if you're really a beginner and you haven't really done this kind of thing before, just kind of do the best you can, and play along with the recording and just slow it down a little bit. If you have a function that you can do on YouTube where you can slow down the video, and then it'll make it like a slower tempo, make it easier to play along with. All right, so there you have it. That's all the parts for Behind Blue Eyes by The Who. Like I said, this is one of my favorite songs. It was one of those songs that I really liked, and I just never really kind of got around to learning it until just recently, and I thought it would be a good one for you guys. So if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below if you have any questions about this or any other guitar-related topics. If you've not already done so, please hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you don't miss out any of the content that we upload throughout the week. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.